Think about this. I have a lot more thing to share with you. I have a science to share with you. Do you like science? Let's do an experiment, okay? Huh? Because I wanted to share something with you, ladies and gentlemen, the profound wisdom, profound Dhamma that I received from my teachers. That's why I'm really honored to have you all here in front of me, because I know that there will be somebody in this venue that he or she would take this Dhamma and he or she will propagate this message to the next generation. You know, as a Buddhist, as a person who born in Sri Lanka, who had this deed from the ancestors, you have this. You have this wisdom, right? You own this wisdom, ladies and gentlemen. You were born with this wisdom. That is something gifted from your ancestors. You know, those days I was actually thinking, why Sri Lanka is always developing country? It never get developed. You can't develop Sri Lanka. You know why? Sri Lanka can't develop. Don't worry. It will develop with the Dhamma. This is where the Dhamma is there. This is where the profound understanding, wisdom is there, ladies and gentlemen. We don't need airplanes. We don't need any new inventions, because we were satisfied with what we had. We satisfied with what we had. That's why you can see huge Buddha statues, huge pagodas. That's because of the wisdom that they had. Don't think that you worship the Buddha. When you worship the Buddha, Buddha statue, you are not worshipping the Buddha statue. You are worshipping the truth. You are worshipping the reality. You are worshipping the profound understanding that Buddha understood from the nature, about the nature. Shall I ask you a question? Is this nature? Is this nature? Natural? How about that flower? Natural? Ladies and gentlemen who are seated in the back, this is natural or artificial? How about flower? Natural? Natural flower? I hope that is natural, okay? This is artificial, isn't it? The very reason that you think in this way, that is the reason you are suffering, ladies and gentlemen. This is wrong. Oh my God, what the hell is that? The way that you think that this is not natural, that is natural, this is artificial, this is man-made, and that is nature-made. The very fact that you think in that way, that is the reason you are suffering. That's the reason that you feel fear, grief, anger. It's because you don't perceive the world as it is. You don't see the world as it is. That's why I told you, I'm not talking about something a lesson, something a theory. Something theory, theory, knowledge. I'm not talking about a knowledge. I'm talking about an understanding, a realization. That has to happen within yourself, because you are listening to the Dhamma. You have been coming through many births, finding this truth. This is our last chance. Don't worry. This is the only chance you have, ladies and gentlemen. If you lose this chance, if you lost this chance right now, this chance, you can't understand it anymore. You can't. You won't. There's a nice Sanskrit sloka, Turlabam Trayame Vaitat Devanugraha Hetukam Manushyattam Mumukshattam Mahapurusha Samshaya. I can see that you have two qualities stated in that sloka. In that sloka it says, there are three rare gifts that anyone, one could gain from because of the Devanugraha Hetukam, because of the deities. That means, deities, ladies and gentlemen, because of the good merit that you have done. There are three qualities that you will born with. That is Manushyatam. That means humanity. Are you all humans? Manushyatam. Mumukshatam. You want to liberate yourself. You need to have some idea that you are wrong, something wrong in this world. You need to find the truth. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, you came here. That's why you sat in front of me. Isn't it? You want to learn the Dhamma. You want to learn the truth. Sitting here and asking, Swami Nasa, can you please tell me what's going on with me? I can see that you have that. Manushyatam Mumukshatam Mahapurusha Samshaya. What does that mean? An ability to follow a teacher. An ability to follow a footstep of a teacher. That is something rare. I don't know whether you have that quality or not. You should have that quality. If you have that quality, then you will win this game. Can you follow a teacher as he says so? Or you will take the driving steering wheel for your steering wheel. Like that. I mean, like, can you do what teacher asks you to do, or you know something that you have to do? Most of the time, children are capable of doing that. When you grow older and older and older, I know my life. I know how to behave. I know everything. These are the things, because of the egoistic characteristic, ego that develops within the mind, that you are not ready to listen to a teacher, ladies and gentlemen. You are not ready to follow a teacher. That is the most problem. That is the problem that you have. That might be the problem. Even though this is those days, in 2016, 2018, I first listened to this Dhamma from my teacher. I still remember that day. I was in Australia doing a PhD with my wife back then. In biochemistry and biophysics. This is completely opposite that, and I'm doing okay, don't worry. But I'm going to do some chemistry today. When I first listened to my teacher, I didn't feel, okay, I know better than him. What I felt is, I don't know anything. Dear sir, please show me the path. Please show me, what should I do? I know that you guys are suffering. I know that you have mental pain. I know that you are intolerable. Sometimes you go over the moon, sometimes you go over the threshold limit. Isn't it? The moment you go over the moon, you are like this. When you go over the threshold limit, you are like this. Actually, not like this. Sorry, other way. You are like this. We can see your teeth. You get angry. When you're hungry, you're angry, isn't it? Also, when you're angry, you are hungry. You are hungry for Dhamma. But the thing is, when you're angry, you're not getting the Dhamma. What you are doing is, instead of getting the Dhamma, you are taking an action to get rid of the anger. The action that you perform to get rid of the anger, actually, this is very vicious cycle. The action that you are taking to, get rid of the anger, get rid of the suffering, creates the next moment suffering. When you want something, are you okay or are you not okay? How about your mind? Do you feel relaxed or do you feel stressed? When you desperately wanted something, when you are waiting for something to deliver that you wanted, you ordered from Facebook or Amazon or something, and you are waiting for that. The waiting game starts after you put the order, remember? What happened to you? You are checking the email. Sometimes you thank mom and dad of delivery drivers as well, right? Sometimes. When you are hungry, you order. Do you have Deliveroo here? Yes. This is the mother country of Deliveroo, right? Uber Eats, likewise those companies. When you order things, then you're thanking for the delivery driver, right? Are you thanking, or are you, when he delayed, if it get delayed, what happens? Now you can see what happens. Do you have this experience, or only I had this experience? I lived your life, Just 2 years ago, I was like you. I was having a wonderful life like you. Wonderful life in a wonderland, like in Alice in Wonderland. I can't understand, I can't imagine the value of the Buddha, ladies and gentlemen. Buddha is the Buddha. Oh my God. He created this sasana. He established this sasana. He created this robe. Later I found that I sacrificed my suffering. I didn't sacrifice anything. So you feel that, okay, somebody having a PhD, I did even a postdoctoral fellowship. I had a grant. My research career, almost 7 years, 8 years. Yes, I have published more than 35 papers, research articles for 7 years. 9 years, sorry. I was target oriented. The more I achieved, more vexation, more pressure. Don't worry. When you pass an exam, here you go. Next thing. Do you find like that? When you pass something, then what happened? Next thing comes. Next thing comes. My supervisor is always asking, what's next? It's goat and the carrot. You never achieved anything. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, when you go away, when you pass away, you don't even take tuppence worth of thing out of this world. Today I visited an aged care home. I was actually there full day, helping the staff members. Oh my God, I really love them. I can't imagine they are seeing this. They are seeing what is going to happen to them in future, but they don't feel the gravity of it. That is how delusion in this world. You are living with the delusion. You are living deludedly. Delusion. Are you planning to go to an aged care home in future? No. Then what is your plan? I know. Duwa, Pute, you know what you have to do? Study well, get good education, then marry, do a job, have kids, buy a house, buy a second house, and remortgage the first house and second and buy another house. At the end of the day, you can sell all these houses and get ample amount of money and pay aged care home bill, and you can go there. Don't you think there's something wrong in this life? Are you born to this? I mean, you have been doing this for ages, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the only life that you are practicing this. I can't imagine how you're doing without thinking of this. Doesn't matter, because I also did the same thing. Don't worry. Nobody showed me, nobody told me. This is like snake and ladder game. Have you played snake and ladder game? With the dices? There are big snakes, big ladders. This game, at the 100 box, there's a huge snake that reset to the 0. You never stop the game. You can't stop the game because you will be in the 0. Then you think, okay, let's start from the clean slate. I want you to be truth seekers. I want you to be truth seekers of your life, ladies and gentlemen, not about the truth seekers of the outside. I want you to think about your life, think about your future. You're going to die as well. Don't worry. Don't think that I will pass away. I have now 80 years to go. Don't think. Don't think like that. I remember the nursery rhyme. Que sera, sera. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Have you seen that song? Huh? That's the song that you are playing. You don't know what's going to happen to that moment. In the next moment, you just play. The funny thing, ladies and gentlemen, when we were small, we were watching movies. Disney movies, fairy tales. Those days I watched Gembi Kumara Katha. Remember? Huh? Frog Prince. I don't know the name for that. Frog Prince? Huh. Have you watched Frozen? Let it go, let it go. Huh? Huh? At the end of the end of the movie, they say they live happily ever after. Have you found that life? Happily ever after for you guys? Are you live happily ever after or to be happy? Ask from your parents, are they happy? Then ask from them, then ask them, show us how to become how to get the ultimate happiness. After this sermon, now you will get a lot of questions, okay?